2024 I plan to declutter my whole house, starting with an area that is very close to my heart, and that is my craft supplies. Now the trouble is I like a lot of crafts, so therefore I have a lot of craft supplies, and unfortunately I don't have a craft room or anywhere that I can keep all my supplies together in one place, so they are scattered all over the house. I have some in the utility room, in the dining room, in the living room, in the hall, in my bedroom, and in the boys' bedroom / study or office. And in my defence, there are quite a lot of things in there because originally it was the boys' bedroom / craft room, and then Martin needed it for an office for work, and I decided that was more important than my crafting. So as you can see, I have craft stuff everywhere, and I need to have a more, streamlined craft supplies system, just so I know where everything is. Last week I did my knitting and crochet patterns, and today I plan to go through all my yarn. Hello and welcome. My name's Anita and I like to make things, but today isn't a making video, it's all about organising my yarn. Now most of my yarn is in here. There's 3 cubby holes in here, and some is upstairs in my grandson's bedroom. So if we go and get that first, and then we can start the organisation. This is mostly acrylics or projects I've already started. I know this is the Betty and Judy Lodge sweater, so I've got to find somewhere to put that until next October, or this October, November, when I can carry on working on it. That's the crochet blanket that I have been making the granny squares for. So that needs to go somewhere, and this is all the extra yarn that needs to go with that project, so that needs to go somewhere. And these, so there's Aran weight in there. I don't really think I'll be keeping that for anything, so I'm going to put that to one side because that could be donated. The other project in here is a Susan Crawford pattern. I need to get back to doing that. I've just got the sleeves to do. And the sewing up. So I could get back to doing that. So I'll leave that one out. Oh, my swatches for my Betty and Judy Lodge sweater. And that didn't go down well because then I ended up picking up the wrong needles and knitting it at the wrong gauge. But proof that I did actually swatch. And then on that then is the green that's left over from that project. So I will put those together. There's nothing else in that basket. And then this is all acrylic double knit, and I did have a good sort out of all my acrylics a while ago, and these colours are all sort of Christmassy colours for making Christmas projects. White, green, red, brown, all Christmassy. So, well, there's some yellow chucked in there. Do I keep that or not? This is when it gets hard, because there's always projects you can think of that you could make, just will you make them? So I'm going to think about that. And then this is all DK style craft, all different colours. Great for making a crochet blanket, bit of a theme. And I do want to keep all that, but I don't know where to put everything. So that's all the acrylics and projects that are already started, and now I'm going to move on to these drawers in the IKEA Kallax unit. At one time I did sort all the 4-ply into one, DK in another, but now they're just all jammed in. So I shall clear this away and sort through those first, and I'll come back to this lot. The top drawer is all a bit of a mishmash of things, so I think the majority of this will be decluttered. Brought my laundry basket down, so I'm going to put anything for decluttering in there. I'm going to be quite brutal, and then I can always go back and have a little look through if I feel I've been too brutal. Box 1, cooking on gas. By the way, lavender pouches, they may smell nice, but they do not keep away moths. This basket is much harder because I like everything, and I like this. This is Drops Alpaca Mix, but I have made a jumper in this already, and I know my friend Paula's favourite colour is purple, so she might like that, so it would go to a good home. But although there's a lot of it, I can't see me making anything again out of it, and that's the whole point, to try and get rid of what I'm not going to use. So this is all 4-ply, That's my cotton. Don't know if that's in shot, but I want to make some more dishcloths and navies and blues. That would be good for that. This should be enough for a jumper, and it's cotton. I think it's 4-ply cotton. I bought this ages ago. I was going to make the peacock's eye cardigan and I couldn't get on with the pattern, and then years later I managed to do it in cream, but I could make a summer weight cardigan or jumper, but to be honest I don't wear jumpers in the summer. Nope, it's gonna go. So I'm just going to keep all of this. This yarn was from my cousin Nikki when she was in Canada, and it's 2-ply. Don't know what 2-ply is. I'm going to have to look that up, see what weight. And these are of my sister-in-law, Janine, and these are lace weight. So Queen Anne, 70% baby alpaca, 30% silk. And they're lovely and soft. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I am going to keep those. So all the 4-ply can go in this box. I haven't got enough bags, and I want to put everything in bags to keep them safe and to keep them all together in groups. So I've got some IKEA Ziploc bags. I'm going to put them in. Carry on putting them in there. I still don't know what I'm going to have by doing this, do I? I think I might have to list them all on Ravelry maybe, because this just seems to be shifting them all around. But I am decluttering things that I'm not going to use. These two I need to know what weights they are before I can put those away. This one doesn't have anywhere to go. This is when you know you have far too much yarn. It's quite overwhelming. I was going to make a big chunky baby blanket with this for my daughter's friend's new baby when she thought she was having a boy and she ended up having a girl. It's chenille. And I really don't like working with it. It's very thick, and then it's got a sort of like a stringy sort of strand in the middle, and it sort of frays. So that can go to the knitting group. Someone might want to knit something with it. I've got a sweater's quantity worth of this Drops Merino extra fine. I was going to make the penny jumper, I think it's the penny. And I did swatch for it, but when I knitted it up, I didn't like the look of it, so I've undone it and put it back in this bag ready for a different project. And that is Cuxton Crafts, I think. Or maybe not. Sheep on Mars. I can't remember if I bought that in Wonderwall. Oh, it's got a shopping list on the back. I don't know what weight that is either, and none of the skeins have a slip over them to tell me what they are. It's very pretty though. Perhaps I'll use this box for sweater quantities of things, so I might take some out of the other box. Lavender. I was looking for some of this to give to my friend. I knew I had some, now I found it. This is the trouble when you don't know where anything is. This is lovely and soft. Andean Sun, 100% baby alpaca, but it's very, very fine. I did try making something with this. I can't remember what it was now, and it was too fine. It's beautiful, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I might keep it and see if any of you want that, because it is very, very beautiful. Two-ply is lace weight, although it doesn't seem that thin. It's more like 4-ply to me, but still. And I can't work out this. So if anyone knows, if you've got 100 grams of yarn at 350 meters, does that make it 4-ply or DK? I'm thinking it's probably 4-ply because it's 80% superfine merino, 10% cashmere and 10% nylon. Well, you usually put nylon in sock yarn, wouldn't you? I could always ask Jeanette because she was the one who dyed the yarn. But if any of you know, if you could let me know and I'll know where to put it. So I've sorted all my yarns now, and it's all a bit random. I would probably have to go through it all again because that was quite brutal. Just got this big cone of 4-ply. I'll put that in a bag and put that away, and all these can go in my granny stripe blanket, so that'd be nice. So I can put that away now. I need to find out about that, put that in a bag. And if anyone would like these 3 balls of yarn, please let me know. They are 50 grams each, 100% baby alpaca, Andean Sun. I don't really know anything. Super fine 1, and you were to use a 2.25 to 3.5 millimeter needle if you were knitting with it. It's beautifully soft, but it's very fine. So anyone who wants it, it's sort of a bluey grey, but I have no idea what I'd use that for. Yeah, so if you want it, just leave a comment and say you would, you'd be interested, and then I will, if there's lots of people, I'll just, randomly pick one out. I'll show you the drawers so you can see at least what I've been trying to do. This is mostly 4-ply, my lovely 4-ply skeins in there, and a sweater quantity. That's DK, but it's a sweater quantity, and that's sock yarn. This one wasn't so successful, so it's all the random things. But at least I know where it all is. And the very top one is yarn for my blankets, so I know where they are. Only one basket back in the boys' room, which are my projects that I'm not working on at the moment, and they can stay there until I can think of somewhere better to keep them. My crochet granny square blanket can go by my little crafting chair. This is where I always sit in the evening, do my crafting. This is all going to be donated. I feel like this video has been really chaotic. Yeah, I was a bit disorganised. It was successful in that I got them all in there, but I still don't really know what I've got. How do you keep your stash? How do you know what you've got? Do you put it on Ravelry? Or do you have lists in a book? Or do you just not have a lot? I know I've got a lot and I am planning to work through it all this year. That is the reason why I'm not buying any craft supplies this year, because it's just ridiculous. I have so much. Please let me know how you store your yarn and how it works for you, because obviously I'm not doing it very well and there is always room for improvement. Anyway, see you next time. Take care, and I shall see you again in a few weeks. Bye.